वेस्ट एशिया में चल रही डेवलपमेंट्स को गवर्नमेंट बहुत क्लोजली मॉनिटर कर रही है और आज की इस ब्रीफिंग इसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है ताकि डिफरेंट मिनिस्ट्री के सीनियर ऑफिसर्स आपको रिस्पेक्टिव डोमेन से रिलेटेड लेटेस्ट अपडेट और प्रिपेयर्डनेस मेजर्स के बारे में ब्रीफ कर सके. We have with us senior officers from the concerned ministries, Ministry of Petroleum, External Affairs, Shipping, and Ministry of I&B. I would first invite Ms. Sujata Sharma, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, to brief on the energy security related aspect. The remarks by Ms. Sujata Sharma.
So good evening, everybody. So today is the 13th day of the war, and the Hormuz for the commercial shipping is closed. This is very important in the context that we do take a lot of import from the Strait of Hormuz, although after the intervention of the government, as on today, more than 70% of our import is coming, as I told you yesterday also, is coming through the routes other than Strait of Hormuz. So as far as the crude is concerned, the situation is quite comfortable. And I told you yesterday also that we use almost 55 lakh barrels of oil every day. One more thing that I will like to bring to your notice is that we are the 4th largest refiner in the world. And this is something which is giving us a lot of comfort in terms of the availability of the products like petrol and diesel. As you already know that on 9th of March, we have Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has issued an order under Essential Commodities Act, which has directed all the refineries to maximize the production of LPG. And as a result of that, the production has increased. Yesterday, I told you 25%. Now it is 28% of our domestic production. So that is the increase. We have a very vast network of retail outlets. Almost 1 lakh retail outlets are operating in the country, and majority of these are with public sector oil marketing companies. And no dry out has been reported on any of these retail outlets. So regarding natural gas, some of the imports were affected because of the force majeure clause, but the alternate arrangements have been made. And other than that, for the demand side management, both to do the demand and supply side management, the control order has also been issued. And regarding that, it was briefed yesterday also. Now, let me come to the supply of LPG. I mean, you know that we import almost 60% of our LPG, and most of it, almost 90%, comes from Strait of Hormuz. So it's a difficult situation, but the government is making all efforts to ensure that the supply to the domestic consumers is ensured. As I already said, that the refining LPG production in the refinery has enhanced. We have almost 25,000 distributors throughout the country, and we deliver almost 50 lakh cylinders on daily basis. On the distribution side also, no dry out has been reported, but there is a manifold increase in the booking because of the panic. We urge the citizens to avoid panic booking, and all efforts have to be made to conserve the fuel wherever possible during this period of global uncertainty. Regarding non-domestic LPG or the commercial LPG, as already told, we have prioritized certain sectors like hospitals and educational institutions. And for rest of the consumers, a 3-member committee of the executive directors of the oil marketing companies has been formed. They have received certain representations, they have gone through it, and a major decision has been taken. And it has been decided that some commercial cylinders will also be released, And but here the role of the state government is going to be very important, and state government have been requested through the oil marketing companies to identify the list of the beneficiaries so that the delivery of the cylinder, commercial cylinder, can be made on a priority basis. And also this is important because we want to avoid hoarding or black marketing. Regarding alternate, I mean, this is one side of the picture, but the effort is to make other fuels also available to the consumers. And so alternate fuel options are being activated to ease pressure on LPG and gas channels. On quarterly basis, Government of India does an allocation of kerosene to the states, and every quarter we are making an allocation of almost 1 lakh kiloliter. Today the order has been released, and another 48,000 kiloliter of kerosene will be released to the state governments. And here again, the role of the state government is very crucial in terms of identification of the beneficiaries and also the distribution. Other than that, Ministry of Coal has also issued a letter yesterday, and the directions have been issued to Coal India Limited and Singareni to allot higher quantities of coal to the state so that supplies can be made to the small, medium, and other consumers. Ministry of Environment, MOEFCC has also advised the state pollution control boards to permit for the duration of this crisis period the use of biomass, RDF pellets, kerosene, or coal as alternate fuel for hospitality and restaurant segments for 1 month, which would enable a wider range of establishment to switch and free up the LPG for priority consumers. The senior officials of oil marketing companies are in touch with all the state governments, and they have been directed to brief the state government on daily basis on supply situation, priority sequence, and enforcement framework. District level committees are being established to monitor the supply situation and to stop diversion. Thank you.
Thank you. I now request Sri Rajesh Kumar Sinha, Special Secretary, Ministry of Shipping, to brief the media.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. The number of Indian flagged vessels operating in the Persian Gulf region remains unchanged. The number was 28 yesterday. It remains 28 today. Of these 28, 24 are located on the west of the state of Hormuz, which has 677 Indian seafarers, and 4 vessels are on the east of the strait with 101 Indian seafarers on board. All Indian vessels and crew thereon are being actively monitored for their safety and security. Authorities, ship managers, and recruitment agencies are closely coordinating with the Indian embassies and local authorities to ensure safety and render medical assistance. This continues even today. Advisories issued on precautionary measures to safeguard Indian seafarers, Indian flagged vessels, and maritime trade operations issued by DG Shipping on 28th February 2026 remain in force. Major ports have been advised to coordinate with agencies like Customs and DGFT to consider relief in port charges and submit daily action taken reports to the ministry to ensure seamless logistics support during this period of crisis. Government has taken coordinated measures across infrastructure, financial facilitation, energy security monitoring, and vessel safety operations. Dedicated 24-hour control rooms are operational both in the ministry and in the Directorate General of Shipping. The DG Shipping is also maintaining constant contact with ship owners, operators, and the families of the seafarers to provide timely updates and necessary assistance. There have been maritime incidents involving Indian crew on foreign flag vessels. Of these vessels, there were 78 Indian seafarers, Of these, 70 are unhurt, escaped. 4 sustained injuries last few days, but are stable. Unfortunately, there have been 3 casualties and 1 seafarer is missing. Ministry continues to closely monitor the prevailing maritime situation in the Persian Gulf region and has strengthened monitoring and preparedness measures in view of the evolving situation in that region. Regular interaction with industry and stakeholders is being maintained to provide all assistance. The government remains fully committed to ensuring safety and welfare of Indian seafarers and protecting India's maritime interests. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. Now I request Sri Randhir Jaiswal, Additional Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, to brief.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the floor. Let me, ladies and gentlemen, update you with developments as far as Ministry of External Affairs is concerned. External Affairs Minister, he spoke to the Foreign Minister of Indonesia some time back. The two leaders exchanged perspectives on the West Asia conflict. They also discussed issues of bilateral importance and cooperation. Coming to our community in the GCC countries and the West Asia region, our mission, as I said in my press briefing a little while ago, as also yesterday here, our mission continues to be in close touch with them and is helping them with information regarding commercial flight options and other needs that they may have at this point in time. More on that will be given by my colleague, Additional Secretary Gulf. As you know, we have around 9,000 Indian nationals in Iran. We also have several Indian students who are part of our community there. The embassy in Tehran is helping Indian nationals to leave Iran who want to leave the country via Armenia and Azerbaijan, availing the commercial flight options that are available from these two countries. Our embassy in Tehran is helping Indian nationals with visa facilitation, as also international land border crossings. Several of our nationals have taken advantage of this option and have come back to India. We urge other Indian nationals who wish to leave Iran to take advantage of this handholding that is being done by the embassy, and our embassy has also issued an advisory in this regard. To update you, our colleague from the Ministry of Shipping has already updated you with the casualties in this ongoing conflict. Let me add a little more to that. As he said, that we've lost so far 3 Indian nationals, and the 4th Indian national is missing. All these 4 nationals were part of crew on board merchant ships plying in the area. Our embassies in Oman and Iraq and our consulate in Dubai are working with local authorities to have their mortal remains transported back to India at the earliest. Let me also add that this is also the reason why India strongly condemns the attacks on merchant ships from any quarters. The latest casualty of an Indian national happened on board ship Safe Sea Vishnu, which is a Marshall Island flag vessel. This happened close to Iraq. There were overall 28 crew members, of which 16 were Indian nationals, but we lost 1. So 15 Indian nationals have been rescued and they have been taken to Basra. Our embassy in Baghdad is in touch with them and is offering all assistance. The 1 Indian national who passed away, we convey our deepest condolences, and we'll see how best we can have the mortal remains transported from there to India. As far as people who are injured, over 24 Indian nationals have been injured in this conflict so far. Several of them have recuperated and returned home after being in the hospital for treatment. Our embassy across the GCC region has been in touch with these people. Few of them continue to remain in hospital, and 1 or 2 of them are serious as well. Just to update you that the 2 fatalities that we've had earlier was all the fatalities that we have so far have happened on board merchant ships. I just gave you the details about Safe Sea Vishnu. Let me also tell you that this particular merchant vessel Skylight, which came under attack, where we lost one Indian national and one continues to be missing. There, the 8 members who were on board, their travel documents have been and necessary formalities have been completed. And the embassy in Muscat is in touch with the company so that other requirements can be fulfilled and they can come back home. So that arrangement is in process. The other ship which came under attack was MD Vyom. There we lost one Indian national and 16 of them, there were 17 in total Indian nationals. 16 of them have since been, they have returned back home. So that was an update from our side. My colleague would like to add more. See, would you like to take over?
Thank you, Ranveer. Good afternoon. At the beginning, I would like to reiterate that the well-being, safety, and security of the large Indian community residing in the Gulf and West Asia region remains our utmost priority, and we to this effort, we are constantly monitoring the current situation and are also closely in touch with the local host governments in all the concerned countries. Our missions are issuing regular advisories on a daily basis, sometimes twice in a day, and the advisories inter alia provide various details, including the local information which is shared by the host governments. The host governments have been very proactive in reaching out to our missions, updating them about the current situation, anything which is of importance for the community, any precautionary steps or any such related details. So we are regularly updating that. We are also regularly updating our operational helplines. We are updating the availability of flights and also keeping our community informed about the coordination mechanisms which have been put in place by our missions and consulates, especially with the local host government. The Ministry of External Affairs has a dedicated control room which is addressing many of the queries. We are also in close touch with all the state governments and governments of union territories to update them, and they have been in touch with us. Whatever information we are receiving on a real-time basis, it is being shared, and our missions are immediately reaching out. The helplines of our missions are working 24/7, including through various media channels and also through other social media applications. As I mentioned earlier, the local governments, the missions are in local touch with them, including the civil aviation authorities, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and other concerned agencies of these countries, which are keeping us informed about the current situation. On the measures which have been taken, the notable measures which have been taken by our missions and consulates, especially for stranded Indians, the short-term visitors and Indians who were in transit, most of them have been able to leave. For example, in UAE, the flights have been ramped up and currently flight availability is there. In all other countries also, we are monitoring it on a daily basis and we keep them informed on a regular basis. Where required, they are being provided logistical support, including in terms of accommodation, transit visas, or facilitation of visas from neighboring countries where there are partial flights are not available or airspace is closed, and they are then being assisted for visas. For the resident communities there, our missions in different configurations and geometries are engaging with the community on a regular basis. We have a very vast network of community organizations across these countries. As you are aware, we have a very large diaspora, and these community organizations are also in close touch with our missions, and they are also supporting in our efforts to disseminate information. And I must add that it is important that the information is credible and authentic, and to that extent, I think we need to exercise caution. I will like to update you on the current flight situation and airspace positions. As far as information available with us, we have almost around 130,000 passengers who have returned to India through various flights which are operating. Non-scheduled commercial flights are also operating. From UAE, regular flight operations are taking place from all the airports there, and a number of operators are working from there. Flight availability has increased much more, and they are regularly available. From Saudi Arabia today, Air India and Indigo are starting operations from Riyadh. Other foreign carriers were already operating from Riyadh, and from Jeddah and Medina already we have regular flights. In fact, for Umrah passengers also who are going to perform Umrah, they are regularly going and returning. So in Saudi Arabia, on the ground, all flights are available. From Qatar, we have Qatar Airways has started flying. We had 5 flights, and today again 2 flights are coming, and I think operations are being ramped up. From Kuwait, they are working from a nearby AQI airport in Saudi Arabia. We are hopeful that from there also the Al Jazeera Airways, they will start operations to India. But we have facilitated movement of passengers from Kuwait via Saudi Arabia. From Bahrain, Gulf Air is operating from Dammam, and they have also made arrangements for people to get transit visas and go directly. So I think they will also be ramping up operations in the next few days, and in Oman regular flights are available. So overall the flight connectivity is improving, and flights are available, and in most of these places we have worked out modalities and mechanisms for people to travel. One of the incidents which has happened today, my colleague has already updated you about the incident on MT Seaface Vishnu, which was conducting loading operations of Khor Al Zubair Post near Basra today. And out of the 28 crew members, 16 were Indian, and there were 16 Indian nationals. Unfortunately, one Indian national lost his life, and we expressed our deepest condolences for that. But I must mention that our mission has reached out to them. They are in touch with them. We are trying to reach out to the families of all the crew members also, and they have been safely rescued, and we will continue to render all assistance to them. And finally, I should mention that our missions and posts are innovating. They are trying to take steps which are which basically to update our communities on a real-time basis, and we continue to monitor this current situation. Our helplines are constantly open, and as an abundant caution on the media front, especially, I think we need to exercise caution, especially on generation of fake content and other reports which are not credible. So that is what I have to share with you today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I request Senthil Rajan, Ministry of Information Broadcasting, Joint Secretary, to brief.
Well, good afternoon. And just as our colleague from Petroleum Ministry had pointed out, that on a daily basis, almost 50 lakh cylinders are being delivered by all the oil marketing companies, and it is being delivered across the country. So there is an important need that should not be any. We have an appeal to all the citizens that there should not be any panic booking. Though there is some concern, but still all steps have been taken to ensure that supply is maintained. And as she has already mentioned, there has been no dry out, and so the citizens need not panic. And we appeal through this media that please do not panic book. There is no need for panic booking of cylinders. That is number one. Number two, as far as the steps that are being taken, as already Petroleum Ministry has outlined, but it is also important that the state governments do the needful at the ground level to take action. So the district level monitoring committees will play a very important role in ensuring that this distribution happens in a timely manner and in a very regulated manner. So we appeal to all the state governments to ensure that this district level committees are put in place and they all monitor the distribution of LPG cylinders. The third part is regarding rumor mongering and fake news being circulated on social media. We appeal to all social media users to not spread misinformation and fake news. This is very important in this time of point. And all social media users may only push and post credible content, which is their verified content. We also appeal to all TV channels which are playing out visuals of certain places to not to replace the same visual again and again, but if you are using some visual at some point, it should be since it's a very constantly evolving situation, the visuals need to be date and time stamped. Because some visual playing of a small incident playing throughout the day on a channel, and it looks as if there is a total panic situation across the country. So we appeal to all the TV channels to play visuals with date and time stamp so that we know when this issue or any particular issue from the ground has happened. so that there is credibility to the data that the visuals that you are playing. And lastly, I think also we also appealed yesterday. Also, the state government needs to take action against black marketing and people who are hoarding. There have been some. The state governments have already started initiating action, but we feel that in the current situation, this has to be further strengthened.
Thank you, Senthil. We will take a few questions now. So I would request you to please introduce yourself and your organization's name. So first is 190 from the center. Yes, here, 190.
Sir, I'm Sahil from ENI News Agency. My question is related to what steps is the government taking to ensure that household LPG supply is not affected, and from where we are sourcing, if we can also brief us on that.
See, LPG supply in the domestic market depends upon the management of both demand and supply. And the government is taking action on all the fronts. As far as the supply is concerned, we are putting efforts and we are trying to increase the domestic production of our LPG. At the same time, wherever the imports are possible from wherever, that is also actively happening. So that's one part of the thing. And the second part of the thing is the management. I mean, how you will manage your demand. So in that case, we have, the booking period has increased from 21 to 25 days for urban households. That is one. Second important thing is the prioritization of the households. So it is ensured that there is no shortage of supply for the domestic households. That is second. Third important thing is there was a request that certain, commercial cylinders also should be supplied. So that also is reviewed, is under consideration. And in fact, the detailed discussion has happened with the Chief Secretary of Delhi government, and it has been decided that the oil marketing companies will be releasing some commercial cylinders also, 19 kg cylinders also. But then the role of state government or the union territory is very, very important to ensure that the distribution happen in a transparent manner, in a prioritized manner. So that's another point. And one of the most important point is that what are the other alternative fuel options available to the consumers? So if we have to free the LPG for the prioritized sector, what are the options to the other people, the commercial people? So for that, as I have already read and I have informed you that kerosene release has happened. The coal supplies, it is ensured that the coal supplies are there. And the MOFCC also has released the order whereby MOFCC has also released the order, thereby allowing the use of these fuels for by the commercial establishment. For example, hospitality and restaurant. I think this will give lot of relief.
271 from left side.
Good evening, ma'am. Danishan from NDTV Profit. You have mentioned that the OMCs will be supplying 20% of the commercial cylinders. So how will the state governments decide that which should be the priority? And second question is that there are a lot of reports around people unable to still book cylinders online and offline.
See, I will take the second question first. Regarding the booking, I will say that it is because the time limit is there. You cannot book your cylinder before 25 days. That may be the reason why some people are not able to do it. That is one. Second thing is, state governments are the best judge to identify and to prioritize the consumer in their area. So whether it has to be like we have already prioritized that educational institutions should be supplied. They should not be cut. And the hospitals, the supply has to be maintained. Similarly, the state government, the district magistrates can also prioritize who are the consumers to whom the supply should be made.
Right side, 187.
सर मैम, दिस इज मानव फ्रॉम रिपब्लिक भारत। मैम, हम विजुअल्स देख रहे हैं देश भर से, रेस्टोरेंट जो छोटी इंडस्ट्री है मुंबई में, बेंगलुरु में, वहाँ पर जो नॉन डोमेस्टिक सिलेंडर है उसकी कमी काफी हो रही है। क्या कोई ऐसा नंबर हमारे पास है कि कितने छोटे एस्टेब्लिशमेंट प्रभावित हुए हैं, साथ ही सरकार इसको कैसे टैकल कर रही है?
I don't have the number, but how we are tackling, I think I have just answered that.
39.
सर मेरा नाम अनुवेश रथ है, मैं जी बिजनेस से हूँ। सर मेरा सवाल यही है कि क्या ड्यूरेशन जो एलपीजी सिलेंडर्स का है उसको बढ़ा दिया गया है, क्योंकि कई जगह ये बोला जा रहा है कि उसको बढ़ा करके 40 दिन तक कर दिया गया है। वहीं पे एमईए से मेरा ये सवाल है सर, जिस तरीके से ये खबरें चलाई जा रही है कि स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज से अब भारतीय फ्लैग शिप को पास करने दिया जाएगा, ऐसी कोई बात है? क्योंकि कल ही हमारे फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने बात भी की है और लगातार बातें चल रही हैं, बट ऐसी कोई क्लैरिटी अगर आप लोग दे सकें।
देखिए, आज जो सिचुएशन हम देख रहे हैं वो हमने रिसेंट पास में कभी नहीं देखी है। सो स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मुज बंद होने से उसका इम्पैक्ट हमारे डोमेस्टिक सप्लाईज पर है। अब इस सिचुएशन में व्हाट आर द बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन अवेलेबल टू अस so that we ensure the supplies, at the same time we stop diversion and hoarding has been exercised by the government. So for urban consumers, yes, the booking days is 25 days, I mean cycle. And for rural consumers, since yesterday night, it has been increased. Now the booking is possible after 45 days. Yes.
49.
I'll answer the MBA part. So Ashwath, to your question, I have already answered this particular question in the presser that we had at 3 o'clock this afternoon. But nonetheless, to once again clarify it for you and for others, पहले मैं हिंदी में कहना चाहूँगा, पिछले कुछ दिनों में विदेश मंत्री और ईरान के विदेश मंत्री के बीच 3 बार बातचीत हुई है। अंतिम बातचीत में शिपिंग की सुरक्षा और भारत की ऊर्जा सुरक्षा से जुड़े मुद्दों पर चर्चा की गई। इसके अलावा अभी मेरे लिए कुछ भी कहना जल्दबाजी होगा या होगी। The External Affairs Minister and the Foreign Minister of Iran have had 3 conversations in the last few days. The last one discussed issues pertaining to safety of shipping and India's energy security. Beyond that, it would be premature for me to say anything. Thank you.
49.
देश मिश्रा पंजाब के थे। जिस तरह की सिचुएशन है, इसमें पैनिक फैला हुआ है, तो इसमें सरकार आम लोगों को क्या संदेश देना चाहती है?
Can you repeat your question, please?
मैम, जिस तरह से पैनिक फैला हुआ है इस समय, तो सरकार की तरफ से आम लोगों को क्या मैसेज या क्या संदेश या क्या भरोसा देना चाहिए या क्या दे रहे हैं आप लोग?
देखिए, आपके थ्रू हमारी सभी नागरिकों से यही अपील है कि पैनिक होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है और पैनिक बुकिंग की भी ज़रूरत नहीं है। सप्लाईज हैं और सबको सिलेंडर्स मिल रहे हैं। भारत सरकार जो भी कर सकती है, जिस भी फ्रंट पर कर सकती है, वो किया जा रहा है और ये इंश्योर किया जा रहा है कि सप्लाईज मेंटेन हो। आपके सामने आप देख रहे हैं कि किसी रिटेल आउटलेट पर कोई ड्राई आउट नहीं है। पेट्रोल, डीजल सभी को अवेलेबल है। इसी तरह एलपीजी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स के पास भी कोई ड्राई आउट रिपोर्टेड नहीं है। सिलेंडर्स हैं, बुकिंग हो रही है और लोगों को सिलेंडर मिल रहे हैं। लेकिन इसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट बात यह है कि पैनिक में आकर हम ये देख रहे हैं कि पिछले कुछ दिनों में कई गुना बुकिंग बढ़ गई है। तो ये एक मेरा सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि पैनिक बुकिंग ना करें, अफवाहों पर विश्वास ना करें और हम ये आश्वस्त करते हैं कि हम जो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, वी आर डूइंग ऑल द बेस्ट टू एंश्योर that the cylinder reaches all the consumers' households.
इसमें आप लोगों का बहुत बड़ा मदद का होगा. All the media organizations which have to support us in ensuring that this state of panic and rumors which are being spread are stopped. We have to be very clear, as we repeated, that nearly 50 lakh cylinders are being delivered every day. There is no need for panic. All the citizens may book their cylinders as per their due time, and supply is being maintained. So this is a very important partnership in which all the media organizations also need to take this message forward.
We'll take last question, 26.
Sir, thank you for letting me ask a question. I'm Kvesh from Economic Times. Sir, since it's quite clear that whatever attacks are happening on Indians are happening on the vessels that they're on, can we expect any kind of directive to Indian seafarers, even if they're on foreign flagged ships, to return home?
As I said earlier, DG Shipping has issued advisories to the Indian seafarers, whether they are employed on Indian flagged vessels or on foreign flagged vessels. The directive is not to return home. Directive is to remain employed, work on the ship, but be safe. And that is why the advisories have been issued. But wherever there are issues, where there are questions, where there is some specific case, they come home. Not only this case, but even otherwise. So the DG Shipping has issued advisories not once but twice in the recent past, on 28th February. They remain in force even today. That's all.